Alrighty, we're going to do a practice where we are releasing tension into the back in particular, but around the neck and the jaw as well. So for this practice, have a strap or a scarf will do, or I always say the belt of a dressing gown is a good length as well. And I'm going to start just sitting on the edge of a chair. So if you've got a chair, just park your bottom on the edge of the chair. If you haven't, sitting on the ground, straddling a bolster, you could even use the wall and just literally kind of lean against the wall or just away from the wall in your goddess stance. So as long as we are comfortable, feet are wide, knees are wide, whatever position we're in, and our sitting bones are wide. So we're going to start here. So arms up, shoulders down. Plant your feet. If you're sitting in a chair like I am, plant your feet. And then we're just going to massage the whole of the upper body around. Let your the sitting bones just be on the very edge of your chair so you can mobilize your pelvis around. And we want to wriggle the jaw as we do this. Oh, give yourself a couple of big yawns. Oh, like that. Start to do those double breaths in through the back of the nostrils and then kind of sigh your breath out with a yawn. Mobilize the jaw. Good. We want to get a bit of the mobilization, the softening of these upper back muscles. Loosen up around the diaphragm area. Other direction, big circles. Lift and drop the shoulders. So we're taking a bit of a stretch between the hands with our strap. Breathe in, breathe in. That's the way. Beautiful. And then have the hands up like this. Make sure you're in nice alignment and just slide your arms down behind you. So we activate the rhomboids between the shoulder blades and then slide back up again. And then all the way down. Now I'm slightly tilted forward. So my hip flexors are a little bit bent and I'm just keeping my back nice and straight. That's it. And down. And then up. Now lift them up. Do a little lateral stretch to open up the rib cage. Lifting this top arm. Start small and then breathe deeply in. So we open up the rib cage to the side. Plant your feet. So if you've got your feet on the ground, you're sitting on a chair, just slightly tilt forward again. Make sure your feet are well planted to support you. Now tummy button to spine to come back into the center, up towards the ceiling and over to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Good. Tummy button to spine, lift the pelvic floor. Come back up, drop the shoulders, have the strap in front of you, and just do gentle twists. Again, thoracic spine, mid-back is where we're moving from. So the lower back, the lumbar spine is pretty static. And then hold this side, and then just turn your head forward and around. Getting into the neck area, and then the other side. And turn your head opposite. Very good. Wonderful. Come back into the center. Take your left arm up behind you. Elbow just dropping behind your head. So push your head slightly into your elbow. Other arm, thumb down, shoulder in the back of the socket. Grab hold of your strap. Walk your fingers towards each other. And then once that is about as far as I'll go, draw the elbows away from you and drop your shoulders. Draw the elbows back, drop your shoulders. Lean forward a little bit again. And I'm going to get you to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 breaths. So we can really kind of drop down through softening face, softening our shoulders. So we want to breathe in right up our spine. And then as we breathe out, in one long breath out, we count to 10 as many times as we can. So normally like twice or 3 times. And then take a regular breath. And then we do it again, breathing in deeply and then counting 1 to 10 as many times as we can. Out loud, really important to do it out loud. Draw your chin in, so we create a bit of a constriction on the back of the throat in the goiter area. So let's breathe in deeply together up your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Regular breath in and out. Let your shoulders drop on the exhale. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just notice what's happening with your mind. Again, breathing in and out. Breathe in deeply. Right up your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Breathe in and out. Just put your arms down for a moment. Notice the quality of your mind. So 3 breaths out, how grounding they are. We'll do a different right breath on the other side. So take the right arm up and behind you with the strap in your hand. Elbow behind, so we're opening up into the lymph here, opening up the armpit, getting a stretch into the triceps, shoulder up and back, grab hold of your strap, walk the fingers towards each other, and then elbows back and shoulders down, elbows back, shoulders down, slight tipping forward. This time we'll do, I call it the anchor breath. So breathing up here as we breathe in, we'll do double breath in, and then as you exhale, I'm going to get you to do your Ujjayi breath out so we can create a bit of sound to it. And you are almost like pushing like a coffee plunger downwards with your breath, or an anchor. Imagine an anchor slowly floating down to the seabed. And you just try and very consciously let your shoulders slide down, your jaw relax as you breathe out. Okay, so breathe in, breathe in. Chin is drawn in, a little bit of an ocean sound to your breath. Very consciously release the lower jaw on the exhale. Breathe in, breathe in. See if you can soften the muscles around your eyes. Do 2 more. And relax your neck and shoulders. 1 more. Very good. And just take your hands down for a moment, noticing the quality of your mind. Good. So the extended exhalation, so powerful. And just add little things like the 1 to 10 breath, super cool if you are quite busy, you're feeling quite busy and you need to do something, you should do an action. And then the other breaths, the buzzy bee breath or just that anchor breath, really good, maybe as a secondary thing. Let's just take the strap across one shoulder, so it's like a sash. Grab it with your hand like so. That's the way. So we get a bit of a pull down on that shoulder, and then we're just going to tilt the head towards the hand with the sash. So gentle stretch into the neck, these scalenes, drawing down. Now take this hand out slightly and just have a play with turning your thumbs up and then thumbs down. And try turning your head just a little bit down towards your hand with the strap. Just try moving your chin down, slightly in, and then just try moving your hand. Just notice it's a tiny bit of movement that will create quite a difference in the stretch. Breathing in, and then as you exhale, just see if you can let your shoulder drop down a bit more. Okay, drop your head down into the center and then restack it. And we'll just swap sides. Go to the other side. Again, so we're pulling down here, tilting the head across and get that stretch into the neck. Take those fingers out. Try taking the thumb up. Breathe in. Dropping the fingers slightly on that breath out. And do it quite slowly. All your movements are quite slow, so you don't overstretch. Maybe closing the eyes and just take a moment to gently move your head, move your fingers, try turning thumb up, thumb down, try taking the hands slightly back, slightly forward, try lifting the chin slightly, taking the chin down slightly. Every exhalation is an opportunity just to peel off another layer of that onion. Let the breath be noisy, long, extending the exhale. Beautiful. Drop your head, restack, and then take your strap just behind where your bra strap is. And we want to take the right hand strap, part of the strap, put it over the right shoulder, and hopefully you can grab hold of the end of the strap with your left hand. And then same thing, left shoulder up and over, grabbing hold of the strap with your right hand. So we've got a little kind of like a jetpack on our shoulders here. And just pull down with your hands, and then make sure your rib cage isn't flaring out. So draw the base of the rib cage in, and we want to sit up nice and tall for this, so our shoulders are dropping down. And then slide your head down so the chin is tucked right down. Stretch the back of your neck. You might just want to have a little play, looking over to the left hand, moving your head, sliding to the center, looking over to the right hand. So we're lengthening into the back of the neck area, dropping down into the center. Slow breath in, and as you breathe in very slowly, lift your chin up, 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 up. So we stretch the front of the neck, lifting, get those shoulders drop, and then drop the head down again. Tucking the chin, slow breath in, lifting the neck and the chin, looking up, again, mobilizing, down, and then one more. All the way up. Hold. And then drop. Just come into the center here. Head is perfectly positioned on top of your neck. Swivel your head to look over your right shoulder. And like a lollipop on a stick, swiveling to the other side. We want to have really beautiful alignment through the spine. Again, first side. Swivel. Just loosening everything up. Swivel. Back into the center. Now, start shallow, like small circles. Take the head around in a little circle. And then the second time, it might be a little bit bigger, a tiny bit bigger. Be very mindful when you do this. And the third time might be a little bit bigger. Now I'm starting to get a bit of movement through the shoulders with this. So do let your body move with your head. Notice how your pelvis wants to move where your head goes, which is why when we have the head poking forward, the pelvis wants to go underneath the head. So we'll tend to have the pelvis pushed forward as well. Big circles. That's it. One direction, pause, and then unravel in the other direction. Again, start quite small. And then make it a bit bigger. And a bit bigger again. Very good. Ooh. Back into the center. Just take your strap off your shoulders and just take a notice of how that all feels. Now, quite often, lower back pain is attached to our hamstrings and our calves being really super tight, our hip flexors being tight. So I thought we'd do a bit of loosening up around there with the chair. So first of all, sitting on the edge. Now, if you don't have a chair, you're going to have to sit on the edge of a bolster or against your wall. Take the strap around the ball of your foot. Sit up really tall so you can see me sideways. I'm trying to keep my spine as tall as possible and hinge a tiny bit forward. You just don't want to be rounded. And we're just going to push the heel away and then pull it in. Push the heel away, pull it in, push the heel away, pull it in. A little bit of pumping through the heel. You want to have your toes spread, the ball of the foot nice and alive. Pushing the heel away, and then just pause here for a moment. Now, your elbows are close in, squeezing into your rib cage, and you're pulling back, almost like on reins. So the upper back muscles are operating, and we're just pushing the heel away. Breathe in, up your spine, no, nice tall spine. Breathe out, let your shoulders soften, push out through the heel. Breathe in, up your spine. Soften the jaw, keep the chin drawn back. Imagine you are one of those medical skeletons. You've got a hook from the crown of your head or from the top of your skull, and it's hooked up towards the ceiling, so you're being lifted upwards. Good. And then just swivel from the hip joint. Just turn your toe out for a moment like that, swiveling from the hip joint. And then we're just going to take that ankle on top of the other knee and shuffle forward. We're just going to hinge forward slightly so we're getting a nice stretch into the glute. Hold on to your strap. Into the glute area here. Beautiful. Hinging slightly forward. As you breathe in, again, keep the spine nice and long. As you breathe out, see if you can soften the muscles around your eyes. Feel your brain become really heavy in the skull. See if you can let the lower jaw, in fact, let's use this hand just to get into the masseter muscles here. Just rubbing into the edge of the jaw here, rubbing here. Wriggle the jaw, and then just slide your fingers down to your chin. So we just pull away any knotty tension here. Good. If you take a finger just on the back of your ear where there's the gap, and then just rub gently up and down. This is where the vagus nerve is, so we can just gentle rubbing here, just back of the ear into the neck area. That's it. So we've got all this lymph as well, draining. See if you can pull and massage that down. Notice how your brain will be like, oh, there's a sensation in her neck right now. So it will stop focusing on your hip and your glute. Good. Let's go to the other side. So hooking the other foot into your strap. Nice and tall, slightly hinged forward. A couple of little pumps out through the heel. Now, you can just be like this, but please use this opportunity to strengthen the core muscles. Yeah, so if I'm sitting up nice and tall here, so all of this is activated. But as soon as I do that, I'm just, there's nothing going on here. So use this opportunity, use this time to strengthen your core, which is around your spine. Part of your core is the muscles of the back. And then we're just going to push out through the heel, nice alive toes, opening up the hamstrings. See if you can hinge slightly forward, keeping your sitting bones wide so you can feel the stretch at the top of the hamstrings. Shoulders are down, elbows are in. So it feels like we're pulling on reins here, like we're horse riding. Breathing in up the spine, breathing out. Spine is long, but shoulders are relaxed or down. So you can slide your shoulders a bit further down away from your ears. And then just turn the foot slightly out. So we're swiveling from the hip joint there. Make sure it comes from the hip joint, that bit of movement. And then take that foot on top, or the ankle on top of the other knee. And as we hinge forward, we're getting into the glute here, the side of the pelvis. And then fingers on the edge of the jaw. Give those masseter muscles a little rub backwards, as if you're unwinding the screw here. Little circles, little massage. And then draw downwards towards your chin. Relatively firm. Just noticing, is this really sticky? Is it? Is it grotty? See if you can relax the muscles around your eyes as you do this, very consciously. That really signals the rest of our body to soften. And we're just going to take our index finger, take it behind the ear where that gap is, and then just gently massage up and down, mainly down, mainly kind of stroking downwards. So, getting into the lymph. Beautiful. Alrighty. Coming into wide knee, into these adductors now. Just thinking, can I use a strap? I think I can. So, since we've got it here, let's lateral stretch, but lean forward. Yeah. So open the knees as wide as you can, and then if you can, hook your elbow onto the inside of your knee, and maybe looking up and then down. Like that. And down, come down to come to the other side, elbow on the inside of the knee, and then a lateral stretch, arm up. And same thing, swiveling here. Beautiful, come down. See if you can pull this up to one side. So if your bum is against the wall, if you don't have a chair, keep your sitting bones against the wall. We want to just open up the inside of the leg. So I've got just my butt cheek on the chair here. And you could hook your foot around, just hook your belt around your foot. So we go inner thigh stretch. And then just slide to the other side. I'm not going to bother on that side, I'm just going to slide over, pull the toes back, and then pulling the femur, the thigh bone, back into the pelvis. We're going to go inner thigh. Great. All right, I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see me better for this. Come to the edge of your chair. Again, if your sitting bones are against the wall, you're just going to lift your sitting bones even higher. Knees need to be really super wide. Take your strap behind you like that, and then just pull your torso forward. Shoulders are back and towards each other. And then see if you can lift your strap up behind you. Slowly, to start off with, really slowly, slide it up a little bit towards this ceiling, and then slide back down. And then slide up a bit more, let your head drop a tiny bit more, and then slide back down. And this time, slide it up and leave your head there. Now see if you can lift your whole shoulder girdle up towards the ceiling. So knees are wide, tummy's relaxed, and we want to just feel this whole upper body pouring sensation, stretching into the spine, opening up into the front of the shoulders as well. Breathing in, breathing out. And then sliding the strap back towards your pelvis, slowly coming up. Just take a moment here with your forearms on your thighs, head is at heart height. Good, so we're just going to swivel around. You leave your strap on the ground now. Come into a downward facing, half dog, downward facing dog, but hands on your chair. Bent knees, just like we do in normal down dog, and then stretching the armpits towards the ground. And you want to imagine someone's got your tail and they're pulling it all the way back to wall behind you and slightly lifting it. So spread your sitting bones. Have your hands either on the edge of the chair or just on the lip of the chair so that we are externally rotating the shoulders. And we want to breathe into the lower lobes of the back of the lungs and use the stretch to really lengthen either side of the spine. So let's bend one knee. Let's bend the left knee and pull the right hip back slowly. We go right into that right side of the back. Bend both knees and then bend your right knee and lengthen your left leg. Pull your left hip back. Yeah, nice lateral stretch, especially in the lumbar spine. This is nice. Bend both knees again, come into the center, back to the first side. And you might even walk your right fingers towards your left hand to increase the stretch there. Bend both knees again, come into the center, and this time left leg is straight again, right knee is bent. Try walking your left fingers towards your right hand. Beautiful. And come into the center. Just walk your feet towards your chair, round your back, and then shoulders away from ears. Lift your sitting bones and lift your chest. Round your back. Arch like an angry cat. Inhale like a cow. Cat and cow. Cat and cow. Beautiful. Now take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So my left foot forward to start off with, right foot back, little toes, so 45-degree angles. So we want to have the heel of the front foot intersecting the arch of the back foot. Keep your legs straight for this. Let your back hip bone roll forward and let this arm just drop and just swirl your arm in a circle. So we're using the weight of the arm to just release some traction into the shoulder, other direction. You've got frozen shoulder, this is really nice. Get the chin tucked in, really small circles, and then almost like, you know, when you swirl a coin around on a ring around on a piece of string. Just want to get that nice circle. And then we're going to bend the elbow and slide the arm up towards the ceiling. Keep looking down to start off with. And see if you can stack your top arm pretty much on top of your bottom arm. That's it. And then drop the bottom shoulder slightly forward and see if you can take the top shoulder slightly back. So getting into these pectoral muscles. And just swivel your head forward. That's the way. And then see if you can bend the bottom hand. So you might even slide your forearm onto the seat of the chair. Otherwise, just bend your elbow. Not bend your hand, bend your elbow. And take this top arm up and over. So again, we're stretching the side of the body. Lovely. And then take this hand all the way down, looking down at your chair, and then roll yourself up. Just swap sides. Other foot forward, other foot back. So this is my right foot forward. And again, hand on the edge of the chair, leaning there and just doing little circles, letting the weight of the arm just drop down and circling. Your shoulders are feeling stiff, achy. This can be really nice. That's right. One direction, other direction. Give it a bit of a jiggle. And then bend the elbow and slide the fingertips up past your heart towards the ceiling. Just looking down to start off with. Keep the top hip rolled slightly forward. You're just going to keep the back of the pelvis, the sacrum area flat. So don't try and open the pelvis too much. And then maybe chin in, looking straight forward. And then push down and out with your feet. So it feels like you're kind of pulling the mat between your feet and stretching that top arm up and over. And back up into the center. See if you can drop the bottom shoulder slightly forward, top shoulder slightly back. And then take the hand down towards the pelvis and bending into that front knee. Slide your way up and just coming down onto your knees. Might need a blanket underneath your knees. So opening up into hip flexors a bit more here. Take your left foot forward and have your pelvis directly on top of your knee. So we're like this. Alrighty. So I'm just going to hook my foot to the edge of the chair here and have the knee just kind of settled against the edge of the chair. All right, so keeping this torso nice and tall, shoulders are nice and released and down now. Mobilize just your pelvis. So we're trying to get quadricep stretch and hip flexor stretch. We want to do that with the pelvis as if we're doing cat and cow, just mobilizing like that. Front of the pelvis, forward, and then tail back. And then keep pushing down and keep this sort of posterior rotation of the pelvis. And then hand on the outside of the knee or on your chair, so just on the edge, this bit here. And then up with this right hand, sideways. And then pull your fingertips up towards the ceiling as you press your knee downwards. So again, we're trying to open up here, we're lengthening the lumbar spine, we're decongesting the back, up and over, tiny, tiny, tiny stretch to start off with. Breathe deeply, expand, and see if you can get a bit more of a lateral stretch up and over to the left side. Beautiful, slowly coming back. Take both hands onto the edge of your chair, and then walking your pelvis back, stretching the spine again. Extended child, but hands on the chair. So if you have not on the chair, you just put in your hands on the bolster or on the ground. Good. We want to get a lovely big stretch through the vertebra of the spine. And then coming back up for the other side. So right foot forward, just knee by the chair here. Again, pubic bone forward and then tail back. Pubic bone forward, tail back. Just giving that pelvis a rotation like this. Try to keep your torso nice and tall. So we're not kind of doing this. We're just keeping this static. Just moving the pelvis so we can get into the quadriceps, front of the thigh, and those hip flexors. The hip flexors, remember, they attach into the lower back. So when we're grotty through the lower back, quite often it's the hip flexors. All right, so keep the pelvis slightly forward now. Hand on the outside of the knee or just on the chair. Fingers up towards the ceiling. Knee down. Breathe deeply. Open the ribs, open the ribs, open the ribs, open the ribs. Keep breathing deeply. Make sure you exhale as well. And then breathe in. And you might get a bit of a tilt. So we're opening up the fascia system underneath the skin surface. Whew. Beautiful. Slowly come back. This time, take your right foot out to the side. Just going to come back a little bit. And then slide your bottom back. So we want to go inner thigh, back of the pelvis, and into the lower back. Stretch your fingertips out in front of you. Slide your pelvis back. Right foot out to the side. Toes are straight forward. Breathe deeply into the lower lobes of your back. Beautiful. Take your toes up towards the ceiling and see if you can pull your femur, your thigh bone, back into your hip joint. Kind of pulling over to the left. That's the way. Good. Take that foot straight behind you. Whoops, it is. Push out through the heel, so straightening into the back of the leg. Toes are tucked. Heel is going straight back. And the other side, so plant your right knee, take your left foot out beside you, toes are forward, slide the pelvis back, slide your fingers forward, just kind of hang here, let your chest drop. Breathing into the lower lobes of the back of your lungs, the lower part of your rib cage. Pelvic floor muscles relaxed. And come back up. See if you can take your toes up towards the ceiling. Pull your femur, your thigh bone, back into your pelvis. Take your right hip slightly over to the right. In the thighs, toes are spread. Lovely. And then just take that foot behind you, up onto the ball of your foot, and then push the heel back. Whew. That's the way. Right, so just going to push that chair away. Slide your knees out to the side. So you just grab your bolster. If you've got a bolster, you can use that. Slide your, and I need my brick close by. So grab your brick. Slide your feet out to the side so you're like a frog. If you haven't got a bolster, don't worry. You're just going to have to do this without. So knees are out to the side. And we're just going to rest here, going deep into the hip flexors, in the thighs and the hip flexors. Take a couple of breaths. Sigh out. Take a couple of breaths in. Sigh out. Let your shoulders be relaxed here. And quite often when we have got lower back grottiness in particular, it's all of these muscles that we're lengthening now that are tight and grippy. See if you can be very consciously relaxed around your eyes, around your jaw, around your shoulders. Maybe let's hum these next couple of breaths out like a buzzy bee. Very good. Just bring your knees together. I'm going to put your forearms on your bolster and then pick up your right foot and tap it out to the side and then bring it back in again. So you're tapping the toes out. We're going inwards with the hip joint, tapping toe out and then back in. Do the same thing with the left foot. Tap it out, tap it in, tap it out, tap it in, tap it out, tap it in. Try bringing both feet up, taking both toes out, both toes in, both toes out, both toes in, both toes out, pause, both toes in. Take both toes up and then just pull your toes from side to side. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Drop your feet, knees a bit wider away from each other and roll the pelvis around in a big circle. Let that movement roll up your spine. So it feels like your pelvis is rolling and then up your spine and then to your rib cage is rolling. And then from the rib cage into your shoulders are rolling. Everything's massaging and rolling. One direction, start with your pelvis in the other direction. Take the rolling movement up into your rib cage. And then right up into the shoulders as well. Very good. That's the way. Just take that bolster to one side. Slide yourself down onto your tummy, like so. I'm just going to bring this camera down a tiny bit so you can see me. A bit better. That's that. It's a bit better. And I'm going to get you to put one hand on top of the other hand under your forehead and come onto your toes and just window wipe your heels. So again, we're mobilizing from those hip joints, Bring your heels in and out, right in towards each other, right out, right in, right out. Now leave them out, so your toes are in and your heels are out. And then just rock from side to side, from one hip bone to the other hip bone, so that you're jiggling your lower back. It's like you're giving your lower back a lovely little massage. We're releasing the hip flexors here, massaging into the lower back. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Lovely. And then we're just going to slide the forearms onto the mat, come into a Sphinx pose, so the tops of the feet are on the ground. Sphinx pose, drop one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. Looking down at your toes, come into the center, drop one shoulder, look over the other shoulder, down at your toes. And come back into the center. And see if you can really pull your forearms back as you let your chest go slightly forward. Drop your chin, back of the neck is stretched. And then lift your chin, front of the neck is stretched. And then come down. Fabulous. Rolling onto your back. So grab your brick. And we'll just do a little, this is a little a tweaky back release sequence. So if you come back to this one, do it for a bit longer between sides. So we're going to start off putting the brick between the knees, flex your toes towards you. We're going to squeeze the brick between the knees. So you squeeze in, activating those adductors, and then pull your knees towards your chest. Just hold it here. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. And I'm going to get you to breathe deeply. So what we want to do is expand the lung capacity, open the ribs out to the side, feel the back of your lungs opening into the ground. As you exhale, see if you can squeeze the brick a bit more. So we're contracting here. One more breath. And then plant your feet on the ground. Take the brick and just place it underneath the sacrum. Now, if your lower back is a bit grotty, have it on the flatter side. If it feels fine to go on the mid side, just let your sacrum rest on the thinner edge of your brick. And we want to have a slight stretch through the lumbar, through the lower back area here. So don't be like arched like so. We want to have a little bit of a tilt, a little bit of a stretch here. And then we just very consciously, palms up here, very consciously relax the muscles of your face, relax your jaw. Imagine you could even take your fingers actually, just give your lower jaw a couple of releasing strokes from the edge of your jaw to your chin. Remind that lower jaw to be nice and loosey-goosey. Very consciously letting the eyeballs be heavy in the sockets. Feel the chin is drawn slightly in. Just enjoy the pressure through the upper back, let the upper back muscles melt into the ground. As you exhale, just imagining where the insertion point is of those hip flexors, those psoas muscles into the lower back area, either side of your spine. Just imagine that kind of melting, dripping like wax down into your mat. Tongues relaxed, heavy. Can you release between your eyebrows just a tiny bit more? Very good. We're just going to do one more of both. So push your feet into the ground, remove the brick. Roll your spine down. Okay, let's just do a little roll up, roll down, roll up, roll down. Take the brick between your knees again. Press inwards. Pull your toes back. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Keep pressing inwards with your knees on the brick. So we're contracting those muscles again. Squeezing thigh muscles in towards the brick and bringing those thighs in towards your chest. Holding this contraction, keep breathing. So we squeeze the muscles and then we release them. You squeeze them and release them, and you just keep doing this. So doing it 3 or 4 times. We'll only do it twice tonight, but if your back is twingy, this is a good one to come back to. Good. Release your feet down, take the brick. Again, push the heels into the ground, come up. Let the sacrum, back of the pelvis, the bony bit there, just rest. And again, your job is to be like a melty candle. It's amazing how if we focus on relaxing the muscles around our face, and in particular around the eyes and the lower jaw, and let the tongue become heavy, that signals to release down the chain. Let your exhalation be long, maybe a bit audible. So imagine your lower back is dripping, wax melting. Notice the front of your pelvis softening as you feel the lower back melting to the ground. That's the way. So now if you are on the middle side of your brick, just slide it to the lower side. So we're just that little bit lower. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Let your left knee drop out to the side. Just give that a little massage here. And then slide, whoops, got too many things in my way. Left hand up, left toes away. We want to lengthen the fascia system underneath the skin surface. Breathing here. Opening these hip flexors. Come into the center, both knees wide, both feet swirling. Other side, toes down. Slowly stretching fingers and toes away from each other so we get that lovely full body stretch. Breathe. That's the way. And coming back. Take those knees into the chest, big circles with those knees, massaging into the hip joints, into those rotator muscles around the hip joints. And then push the feet up towards the ceiling. Just hang here for a moment. Heels away from your toes towards you. Rub the hamstrings. Give them a good rub, especially up near your bum. Turn the toes out, heels together. Get the outside of your legs. Bit of a nervy stretch. Good. Arms and legs up towards the ceiling. Massage the hands. Massage the feet around. And then with your hands gently in a little fist, give everything a jiggle. Pelvis is up. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Breathe in. Breathing out. Feet down, nice and wide. Slide your brick away and then slowly peel down, very slowly. Let your back come all the way onto the ground. Arms out to the side, feet are nice and wide here. And we're just dropping the knees from one side to the other. So window wiping. This 90-degree window wiping action. Again, lovely if you've got lower back pain. Gently sort of send the inside of the knee downwards and drop and drop. Beautiful. Okay, taking a bolster, if you have got low back, watching this still, taking a bolster underneath your knees. And quite nice, if you've got congestion around the top of your neck, around your shoulders, come onto your forearms for a moment. Like that. Make sure your torso is in the middle of your knees. Your knees are wide, and they do need to be propped if you're doing this one. So up on your forearms. And then we want to pull the spine as we come down. Pull, 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 pull the spine. As you take your upper back and your head onto the ground, your chin's tucked in, your shoulders will be right up near your ears. So we turn the palms up and then we pull the hands down towards the bolster. So shoulders come right down away from your ears. And then you just want to let your arms flop. And initially it's a bit of a stretch, but using that melting wax visualization again, to see if you can feel your back really melting into the ground, around the back of the neck, shoulders, just staying here for a few minutes to allow the body to melt into the ground. Sending your mind's eye around the body. The chin drawn in, we can create a little bit more sound to the exhalation. So like we started at the beginning of the practice with that anchor breath, doing the ujjayi breath out. You can create a little bit of sound, a rasping kind of Darth Vader sound to your exhalation in particular. And what we're trying to do is recalibrate the muscles around the neck and the shoulders. If they've been bunched up by our ears, just allowing them to soften back into place. Using the mind's eye to consciously soften. Using the breath to encourage the body to sink. Try taking your attention to the very crown of your head. And just imagining that you are underneath a power shower. Imagine that you have got that lovely, releasing, relaxing pressure tapping onto the crown of the head. Visualize golden sparkles of light, like light shimmering on a lake. And as the sun is setting, just imagine the sparkles. That's the kind of sparkles. Lovely, relaxing, warm, pressured water and sparkles on the very crown of your head. Notice how your brain feels relaxed. The inside of your skull is encouraged to relax. Feel those sparkles and the sense of relaxation just pouring down through the inside of your head and the back of the eye sockets, the inner ears, and down into your cheeks, around your jawbone, rolling down from your ears through your neck, amplifying and spreading over shoulders, over chest, upper back, encouraging upper back muscles to soften and relax, and feeling those sparkles expand and multiply, blowing down both arms and into palms, back and forth, Flowing at the same time down chest and back and through your torso, swirling around your tummy and pelvis, pelvic organs, your lower back and buttocks, pelvic floor and hip joints and thighs, feeling the whole of your upper body sparkles, relaxation and softness pouring and amplifying now through thighs and knees, calves, shins, heavy down through ankles and then flowing through feet, sparkles, tingling through your feet, around your toes, whole body filled with these sparkles of light, swirling relaxation, this calming inward focus on release to replenish. Whole body relax. And take a moment just to seal this feeling of peace in your body, calm in your mind. Just noticing the coolness now as you breathe in and out of the nostrils. And noticing the rise and the fall of your belly. And then just giving the diaphragm something to do. Give yourself a long, smooth inhalation. Wriggle fingers and toes. And give yourself a gentle stretch. Massage the ankles, massage the wrists. And draw yourself into a little ball with your feet on your bolster. And just massage around your eyes. Around your face, around your jaw. Just around your ears, around the back of your ears. And that vagus nerve runs. And then roll yourself over to one side and push the floor away. Be very fluid as you come up. Take a seated position for a moment. Oh, good. And just get those shoulders a lift and drop. And take a moment to feel your head sitting bang on top of your neck. Visualizing your spine. Feeling the relaxed shoulders, the relaxed facial muscles. And take a moment to take the hands together and into the heart center, sending that message to yourself. Gratitude. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Namaste.